Hey y'all, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. It's been a minute. Just gonna pull you up. And we're live. We are live. Hello, hello. It's been a crazy couple days, y'all. So we are going to do a shelf liner wreath. So we are using shelf liner. This is black shelf liner that I got from Amazon. And we're going to get a little Halloweeny up in here. And we're going to use a skeleton, because y'all know I love Halloween. And we're going to put him on the oval board. So you can see, yay, you're on time. Good morning. Just sat down with your coffee? Woohoo. Good morning, good morning. So here is the layout. Starting up here at the top, I went outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, all the way around. Okay, so I have already started. So what I did was, let me just bring you down. Let's bring you down. Let's get that out of the way. And then we're going to have a tower of supplies come crashing down. Hello. So I took the shelf liner. I do already have one open. Right here. Okay. So it measures 12 inches. Okay. So what I did was, you did. I cut it at, let's open it up, maybe. Here we go. So I cut it at 12 inches. And then I cut it in half this way. So we would have a 12-inch slice. Does that make sense? So trying to get more for our bang by using less. So the black shelf liner gives you more coverage of your board and different texture. Like, look how fun that texture is. So don't forget about shelf liner, y'all. So that's what we're doing. So it's a 12-inch piece, and then I cut it at 6 inches. So just cut it right in half. So we have a 6 by 12. Okay. Because I'm doing every other, you only need 20 pieces. If you want to make it fuller, you most definitely can. Just do every set. You're watching from work? Okay, I'll be quiet. So, we are putting ribbon tails, sorry, I lost my train of thought, on all of the inside ones. Okay, so we only need 10 sets of tails. And then we have some spiders. We have some fun eyeballs. Yes, Amazon, Marty. We have a few balls. I only had one of these picked, though. What else? We have a witch's brew that has a skull on it. So I don't know what all we're going to do with this bad boy until I get it done. Because we are using shelf liner, the shelf liner is smaller. So my ribbon tails, I cut at 12 inches. Because if I did it at 14 inches, our tails would be way out here. And we don't need all that. If you're using regular decomesh, then yes, you probably have to make your tails a little bit longer, typically the 14 inches or so, okay? So my tails are 12 inches and my shelf liner is 6 by 12, okay? So you only need, 2.5 rolls of the shelf liner, I think. Okay, so let's start to put this thing together. I have laid out the skeleton, so he's gonna kind of sit kind of like this. And what I did was I marked here on my board where his arms are gonna go. So I have an arm and an arm, and then I have, did I not mark where his foot went? Well, his foot's going to go right here. So it's all, he's going to be zip tied on there in multiple places. All right. But he's going to kind of sit like that. Kind of off to the side here. So his arm will be zip tied in here and here. And then his foot will be here, and then we'll probably get a zip tie right up in here, someplace where we can hide it, okay? Yes, I said shelf liner. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our tails, and we're going to do, I did all of the outside ones because we weren't putting ribbon tails in there and to kind of get further along in the project. So we're going to go in and fill in the inside, and that's where we're going to put our ribbon tails. Now remember, these are cut. Look how cute and fun that is. So let's get our ribbon tails ready. So taking, putting one right on top of the other, finding our middle. We're going to scrunch it. Yeah, shelf liner makes great petals and ruffles, y'all. Now, if you wanted to make these even bigger ruffles, you could do that as well. Okay, totally up to you. So, we're going to start right here. I need to get him out of our way. He's kind of big, y'all, and he came from Amazon as well. Can you do a Hocus Pocus theme? With Hocus Pocus, you really have to be careful of copyright. Okay, so we have our 6 by 12, and I'm just going to ruffle it right up the middle. Just like that. And we're going to lift these up, put them right in there. Add our ribbon tails right on top. Zip it in. Look how fun. Too cool for school. Did y'all's kids ever say that? So we're going to get all of the inside filled in. Shelf liner is cut at 6 by 12. And I did that so we wouldn't waste any. You can make it whatever size you want, but you're going to have to waste some of it. And I didn't want to have to do that. It's not sliding. You're welcome. What have y'all been up to? I've been working on trying to get the gnats out of my house. So this is the first summer we've had the guinea pigs. And y'all know they eat fresh fruit and vegetables like twice a day. So we always have fresh fruit and vegetables in the house. And y'all, the gnats are horrible. Yes, I'm working on the inside. So we are doing the very inside. Why don't I have one there? Let's get a zip tie in there. And then I got some messages last night that, and I didn't see them until this morning, that my website went berserk. So I was working on that at 6:30 this morning. Actually 6:15 this morning. Like I literally wiped down my whole kitchen with bleach yesterday. That's what I was doing all day yesterday. And I think I still may be a little bit high from all the bleach. I was like, oh my God, get me out of this house. Oh, that is a little bit wonky. Let's fix that. There we go. In your kitchen. They're horrible. I've never had them this bad. I mean, we always get a few. But even the ants, because it's so dry here, the ants are starting to come inside. So I always put my cat food at night when the dogs are put up. I put it on the floor right by the kitchen sink, and she knows where to go get her evening meal, right? I woke up and there were ants in it. I was like, oh my gosh. So even the ants are starting to come in. Hello, hello. If y'all would float my boat, I would appreciate it. So you can see I'm just bringing that ruffle right around. You have red ants. We have fire ants. And they're just horrible, horrible creatures. Get those bait ants around where they're showing up. And they're showing up in the craziest places. Like yesterday was the first time we had ants in the kitchen, but they're showing up in the bathroom, in the laundry room. I'm like, what in the world? This ribbon I've had for quite a while, or actually the purple came from Waterman's Loft. This other one I probably got wholesale. Anywhere there is water. Oh, see? Didn't think of that. They want water. I'll put them a dang water bowl outside if they'll stay outside. Now you could probably get away with doing every other on this ribbon. All right, Mary. Shoot, I'll give them whatever they want as long as they stay outside. Thanks for floating my boat. I appreciate it. Sprinkle borax around the perimeter. Well, we have exterminators that come out every quarter, but I've actually got some borax, so if it'll help, I'll sprinkle it. I'll put out a water bowl. Shoot, I'll do it all. Put that zip tie in upside down. Hello, hello. Anything with Halloween burlap that is showing up at Dollar Tree stores? I have not seen that burlap. I actually have borax. I don't know why I have it, but I have it. It's $5 a roll. Ants want, oh. What do you mean borax is poisonous? Is it? Why do we use it then? Good morning. Oh, ribbon tails. So we wash our clothes in poisonous borax? I sat on, oh no! That's horrible! You know what scares me? Is, you know how they always say snakes come up through the toilet? Like every time I sit on a toilet, I look really, really close to make sure there's no snake down in the hole. Hello from Michigan. Oh, if ingested. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. What size skeleton? Ooh, remind me when I get him up here and I'll measure him for you. I want to say 30-inch. Flesh first, right? I don't know, but that's always been like a fear of mine. Look, all y'all gonna start checking the toilet now, aren't ya? Oh, God. Everybody's water bills are going to start going up because they're going to flush before they go. We've talked bugs and snakes. We're making a skeleton wreath. Halloween. Yeah, I do use mothballs, especially a few years ago when the snakes were so bad in my pool, and it definitely helped. We still get the occasional snake in there, but not like we did. Is it considered toxic? Good to know. I don't know why I'm fluffing out my tails as we go. I don't normally do that, do I? How do you get them out of the pool? With our pool net. Usually my kids will take them out in the field. But if I'm here alone and I know I'm going to be alone for hours, then I take and they just drowned. I don't do anything with them. Usually they'll get in the skimmer, and then they'll eventually pass. Oh yeah, I mean, there's been times I was doing laps in the pool and a snake was swimming beside me, and there were almost logs floating in the pool. And not wood logs. We're changing the subject. Bugs and snakes. All right. One more. I counted right, y'all. How many is this in a row that I've got right? You get iguanas. Ooh. I guess iguanas wouldn't bother me as much as snakes. Because, y'all, I'm horrible at identifying snakes. So, we did have a copperhead in our pool at one time. So, now I just, all snakes are bad. Oh, I was out of there, trust me. So recap for y'all just coming on, the shelf liner is 6 by 12 from Amazon. I am using a Unique in the Creek oval board. My ribbon tails are 12 inches only because the shelf liner isn't as fluffy as decomesh, right? So it would look a little off to have our ribbon tails at 14 inches sticking out like this. See, I'll never remember that, Courtney. I'm horrible at those kinds of things. So if there's a snake, it's gone. Sorry for all you snake lovers. If it's in my pool, we have a problem. Oh, shoot. I meant to put in our skeleton as we went, but that's all right. Exactly, Courtney. Exactly. I don't do snakes, y'all. They scared the bejeebies out of me, just like spiders. You ever killed a wolf spider? Do y'all know what a wolf spider is? Well, a wolf spider carries its babies on its back, and I didn't know that. So I killed a wolf spider, and the babies were on its back, and I had hundreds of babies everywhere. Talk about wanting to light the house on fire. All right, so that's what we have so far. So if you've never used these, there's 2 holes right up here at the top. So that is considered your top. So let's get our skeleton. Let's measure him. So yes, 30 inches. It's a 30-inch skeleton from Amazon. And let's start to put him in here. I'm going to take my glasses off, so I'm not going to be able to see your comments for a minute. Okay, so we're going to attach him here. If you watch from the beginning, I showed you where I marked the board that we were attaching his arms and feet. Okay, and I know you can still see the zip ties. Don't worry about it. You won't when I'm done. Okay, so I'm just running a zip tie right up through his feet. Can't stay in here. You try making your appointments around. And potato bugs. What? I don't know what a potato bug is. I think I've heard of a potato bug. How are you putting his feet on? I'm just zip tying it right to the board. So I went in the little groove and zip tying it right to the board. We can decide how we want his legs. But we're going to make a bow because we got to cover his privates, right? So we need a bow right here. So let's make a bow. And I am using 4.5 inch ribbon or 4-inch ribbon for all of y'all that are scared to use a 4-inch ribbon. I'm going to show you how I use it. So we're using this one. He came from Amazon. I will share all the links after the live, okay? So when I use 4-inch ribbon, I generally put it on the bottom. And I just do one loop. Let's keep it at 6 inches. So I'm just putting one loop on the bottom. This is the new Easy Bow Maker. It's easycraft.com. So E-Z-C-R-A-F-T.com. Let me see if I have this purple in a 2.5 inch. And I do not. So normally I would kind of break up my patterns, and I still can. So now I'm going to go 2 loops. And then we're going to come in with 1 loop of the 2.5. And I'm going to actually keep these the same size. Well, would you look at that caca? They actually stapled it right in the middle. what in the heck. All right. We'll use that for something else. I've never seen it stapled. I've seen it glue and I've seen it sewed, but I've never seen it stapled. This ribbon came from Waterman's Loft. The purple did. The others I've had for a while. Actually, I think the checkered came from Ranch House, but I do not believe they have it anymore. Let's see what you use to hang your wreath side of your storm door. I have a cable mount. I have an outdoor cable mount, and it's been up there for probably 4 or 5 years, and it works really well. No, it's not a cable mount. It's a command hook, an outdoor command hook. Sorry. And then we're going to come in. That way I'm breaking up my patterns. I don't always do that, but you know what we can do? Let's see. Let's just add an extra red. Actually, or purple. I'm going to add this underneath at the end. And we'll just have an extra tail. This is the Unique in the Creek oval board. So I'm going to come in about 5 inches. And just do 1 loop. So we did 1, 2, and then 1. Let's grab, y'all, I need to clean off my table again. And I'm really, really hot, having a hot flash, sorry y'all. Actually, no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to show you why. Because our skeleton needs a bow, right? Oh, it's a whole lot of ribbon. Let's see if I can hold on to it. Okay. Ooh. Dovetail our ends. Good morning. Now the 4-inch, I just always cut it a slant. It doesn't really, for me, and that big V, it doesn't always hold well, so I just cut it at a slant. Okay, that was horrible. That was a horrible cut. Sorry, let me clean this up, y'all. There we go. Okay, so we've got our big 4-inch on the bottom. Now the glittered ribbon seems to stick together, so just go right at the base, pull it apart. Okay. So while my table is clean, we're going to make her a little bitty bow. So if you ever wondered why these bow makers have the smaller dowel, it's for hair bows, y'all. So let me see. I love decorating for Halloween. All the fun colors. I mean, you can go overboard for sure. We'll give her a big old bow. You ever seen the babies here in Texas with the bows? We like them big, y'all. Oh, I put it in the one. Why isn't it going on top of that? Braille, not real? What you talking about? What you talking about? I got brand new scissors. They're short, so they don't work good on the 4-inch. Smarty pants. Smarty pants. No, they're not dull, I promise. They will cut the tip of your finger off. Now these are probably a little too long, but we'll figure that out when we get it on her head. Alright, so we're going to put her bow right here. Yes, I have seen those. Monk would love it, but you know how much them things are? They're crazy. I want the horse. But I'm not paying $300. See, now her private parts are covered. And I'm going to angle it kind of this way and have her legs come in this way. So actually, I might take this off. You never know till you start actually bringing everything together, right? So I'm going to have her legs kind of come in this way. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. I put it in backwards. Of course I did. There we go. Her legs are crossed. They are crossed. All right, let's get her hands up here. Make it look like she's holding her bow. I'll kind of bring this one up, put it through the bow, because like she's making her bow, y'all. Now the hair, so what I'm going to use this at the top of the skull is where they had the hanger thing, so I did cut that off. So I'm just twisting this around. And I'm going to glue this and stick that right in that hole. Let me make sure it goes. Yep. All right, let's cut these down a little. You got them untangled. Sorry I didn't get to meet you at CC, but you were being a... Aw, I wish I'd gotten to meet you, though. Didn't we? We didn't meet? Yeah, we did have a lady there who was having some medical issues, so we did... We were a little bit busy with her, so I'm just adding a little bit of glue right there, and we're going to put that right in there. I'm going to hold it for just a minute. So there's where we're at so far. I was going to have this kind of sitting in her hand, but I don't think we need it, y'all. And I don't think we need those either. I'm just going to add a few little spiders. Right here in the kneecaps, there's holes. So I use every crevice I can. That'll fit nicely in there. So we'll just add a little bit of glue. Put it right down in that hole. Hold it on there. Hello from Trinidad. Trinidad. I didn't mean to say Trinidad. Trinidad. Let me see. Because we have so much color already, I don't think we need to bring out the orange and the purple spiders. So... where's my nippers? So we can just add some fun crawling out of her eye. Yep. So we're going to add this one right on the ribbon. I'm not going to add a lot. Yeah, that one's there. I don't want to add one to her hand there. Actually, I don't think we need to add any more. I think we're going to call this one done. What do y'all think? Yep, you could put a snake coming out for sure. So if this is your first year watching me, or you just started watching me, y'all know I love Halloween. If you don't know that, you will find out. I love all things Halloween. So I can actually turn her head in just a little bit, maybe going that way. All right, so we have the Unique in the Creek oval board. Okay. The shelf liner is, or the black is black shelf liner from Amazon. Okay. The skeleton is a 30-inch skeleton from Amazon. So when I posted that I was buying a bunch of skeletons, this is one of them. The rest are going to go on my house and in my trees and all kinds of stuff. We're going to get them all decorated. So 30-inch skeleton from Amazon. The purple did come from Waterman's Loft. The rest I've had and probably got wholesale, except the checkered that did come from Ranch House. I'd almost 100% swear to it, but I don't think they have it anymore. If this is your first year watching me, I hope you like Halloween. All right, y'all. Yes, I love my red, white, and blue as well. Absolutely. Shelf liner for a black cat. Absolutely. For sure. It would definitely give you a much flatter cat. I love using the tool because it gives you that big fluffy, you just want to run your hands through the cat's hair. No, it's not OCD for Halloween. Price on her, she would probably be probably 110, and that would include shipping probably. 110, 120. Thanks for the stars. You love Halloween? I do too. I do too. Well, my daughter's birthday is the 17th of October, and mine's the 29th. So we usually go all out for Halloween. And usually by the time we get to Christmas, I'm too tired, and I just do what I have to do outside. All right, y'all. The shelf liner was cut at 6 by 12. If you wanted to make them bigger, you could. But with the amount of ribbon that we put on there, we really didn't need a whole lot of shelf liner. But you could always add more shelf liner if you wanted to make it fluffier. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. The new Sennas, if you have not seen them, I will go grab them. They will be loaded probably later this afternoon. The snowflake Sennas, I added the blue rhinestone Sennas yesterday. I'm going to be adding the red rope snowflake Sennas hopefully today. Let me go grab those and show you to them, because it's, oh my God, the blue I fell in love with. Of course I shipped all the blues out yesterday. But these are the new Halloween ones. So we got the purple with the orange. Now if you order like the purple Senna and you want a green on it, just put it in the comments. And I'll do whatever I can to make sure you get what you want. So if you wanted the black with the orange spider, just put in the comments orange spider. There's the black and the orange. And then here is the blue rhinestone. And the snowflakes are being added. Isn't that gorgeous? So, but I shipped out all the ones that I had made yesterday already, so. All right, y'all, that's it. Y'all have an awesome day. Oh, I know, this blue is probably my favorite. I want to do a red, but y'all, I cannot find a true red. So that's why I'm going to do it in the rope instead of the rhinestone or the glitter, because I can't find a true red to do it. So, all right, I'm out of here. Y'all have an awesome day. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.